I'm Vaughn, the second son of Nandine Purin. I've been assigned to give the remarks before we bring my mommy to her final rest in Lola Memorial Park. I would first like to express our heartfelt thanks to those who helped take care of mommy, particularly during the final days, and also all those past years with her failing health, gradually drained the sparkling, energetic, articulate, strong-willed personality of mommy, which we had always known as we were growing up. We thank her caregivers, Leonie, Marlene, Jennifer, who took care of her tirelessly and affectionately, and from the active care home service, Linda, Dan, RJ, whose professional support allowed us to focus on being with mommy and praying with her in her last days. We'd like to thank her doctors, Dr. Georgie Makatangay, her palliative doctor, Dr. Liza Manalo, who conferred with the family and gave us sound advice on the best course of care for mommy in the final days. From our family to the members of our extended family, who tell us how much they owe mommy and Papa Nanding. So Cloti, Bubu, Flores family, the Popular family, Krista Macias, who came all the way from Cebu, the Clara's family, Tito Sonny and Tita Norma Samson, for accompanying us during the periods around mommy's illness. From among our siblings, we particularly like to thank Pierre for all those years that he took care of mommy and Papa tirelessly, selflessly, bringing them to Mass and facilitating their other spiritual activities. Now from the siblings 7 to, I guess, the cousins 17, each of them claim to have a valid and substantiated proof that they are a favorite of Lola. But I have my own proof later on. Video, I have a recording of her called to me in the city bank when she was greeting me happy birthday. And I think that's a strong evidence. All the 17 sibling cousins claim that they're the favorite. But we thank them in this specific instance and their spouses for taking care of the whole task of organizing and managing Lola's weight to ease the things for us among the siblings 7. We appreciate all the effort that they made so that they made all the decisions for us. And they assigned me to give the talk. since I'm the only one assigned to give the eulogy, I used crowdsourcing technology in messages to ask the family members for a word or phrase that best describes Lola for them in a private message, so that each observation is independent and it's not affected by bias. And I like to organize the comments into 3 general areas: that mommy was an incurable romantic, her generosity, and her gift of faith. Her being an incurable romantic reflected in her love for music and for her favorite songs. And many of us refer to her love for poetry. She knew the value of how poetry could crystallize the universal human experience into specific situations, and she could apply it immediately to specific situations. In the point of spousal unity, she was quick to quote Longfellow, "As unto the bow that accords, so unto man is woman." Everyone knows this. Though she bends him, she obeys him. Though she draws him, yet she follows. Useless each without the other. So in Longfellow's imagery, the man is the stick, useless without the string. The woman is also useless without the bow. And many times, in difficult situations, she can blurt out quickly, "Thy fate is a common fate of all, into which life some rain must fall." She would pick some phrases from movies and songs which were meaningful for her. For example, in the song from The Sound of Music, she would repeat, "How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?" One time in high school, I was having lunch with her at home. she asked what my schoolwork was. I think out of just to have conversation. I mentioned that we were studying Thomas Gray's Elegy, written in a country churchyard. She immediately recited from memory, full many a gem of purest ray serene, the dark and fathom caves of ocean bare. Full many a flower is born to blush at sea, and wastes its sweetness on the desert air. The excerpt, I think, captures a lot about mommy. And as Chrissy mentioned, I'm now moving to the topic of her generosity. She had plans to take up law, but she married Papa and she did not really have an official position anywhere. But she was able to help a lot of people in significant ways, which made a big difference in their lives. In the past few days, I mean, some people will walk in and say, I'm the best friend of your mother. Your mother helped me a lot. After a while, there's some numerical discrepancy. You have to count how many people was really able to help. She was generous to a fault. She would make the family's limited financial resources and other resources available to help out relatives and friends in need. She would lend use of the family car for someone needing transport. She would herself get into debt to finance an important travel of some members. She bought my family a second-hand piano when we returned from the US, which enabled my children to start taking piano lessons. On a personal level, apart from just material help, she gave generously in a genuine personal way. This is why the 17 cousins claim that each one of them are Lola's favorite. They recall her cheerful greeting, the small words of phrase, her endearing smile. I still have ringing in my ears how she would greet me when she would return from the market when I was 3 years old. I still remember how her tone. At the same time, many friends would come and say they're very good friends. She'd help them out personally. And you start trying to keep tabs on the people she helped. It's hard to figure out whether it's the right number. But so thank you for sharing with us all those small things that you found that Mommy was able to do. On the other hand, her generosity was not, and cheerfulness was not a blank check. It was not open-ended. She wanted the best for us. She wanted us to strive for our best. She wanted us to study hard, work hard, so that we would achieve gainful careers. Because of which sometimes she did not agree with what you were doing. And sometimes you knew from her face that you were out of her favor. And you know, until finally you corrected it, and then somehow later on the endearing smile will come back, and you'll feel that everything is okay again. Her being an incurable romantic and see the poetry in life and her generosity in life, I think combined to make her strong and unfazed in the face of many difficulties. She faced serious problems squarely, and she also expected us to do the same, to resolve our own problems. She was an enabler and a problem solver. She always helped everyone to begin. If we had big trouble, she was the go-to mother or Lola. We all have our own examples of that. Claire can talk to you about those roses. But she would do all she could to help. But you could count on her prayers, and from her face, feel the deep empathy for what you're going through. And that would be enough to give you some degree of consolation to face the problem and solve it. She was also a lifelong learner. When they started to take up economics in the she and Papa enrolled in another economics course, because just to try to understand what economics is. When Chrissy was in the International Law Center, there was a relative giving a talk in international law, and Mommy attended just to listen. Now, the gift of faith, I don't think we need to dwell too long on her life of faith and her gift of faith to us. From her, we learned to love the Mass, the Rosary, simple family devotions. When we were in high school, at the time to attend parties, which would end at 1 or 2 a.m. on Sunday. Mommy did not allow that to make any difference. She would knock on our door at 7 in the morning, wake us up to attend Mass. And she would say, anyway, you can go back to sleep after the Mass. Of course, we never had a chance to do so. And she had informed us for spiritual communion and offering at the end of the day in the morning. And we all had no problem memorizing the litany because we heard it from her every day. As explained to those who are coming to pay the respects, we explained how she passed away these past few days. But always at the back of my mind, I guess I cannot avoid thinking as a son, why did she leave us? Why did she go away? She brought us up, she helped us in our problems, she took care of us when we were sick. Why did she leave us? I guess it's a natural feeling for a son when his mother dies. Of course, we learn to look at things in a supernatural outlook. And then I find consolation from John Paul II. He said that there is, so to speak, the divine aspect of love. In a point of fact, to desire unlimited good for another person is really to desire God for that person. He alone is the objective fullness of the good. And only His goodness can fill a man to overflowing. And I echo the advice of Father Anthony in the past few days that in recent years we have been the one helping her with her body failing and not being able to communicate anymore, because as persons we communicate through words, through airwaves, or through images through the electromagnetic spectrum. But as the body was failing, she could no longer communicate through that medium. But now she has returned to God, and she can now go back to her job. She can now go back to being online. She can start helping us again with her prayers. To borrow from Tintin's point, now you know the strength, addressing Mama. Now you know the strength that transcends pain. Now your memory, its breadth and depth shall serve you again. Now the poetry of your life you shall relive and you shall remember. When Butch and I were 6 or 7 years old, Mommy taught us to sing. Would you believe that? I don't know what she had in mind about our careers, how it turned out. She wanted us to learn how to sing. She taught us to sing, "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes." And the song ends with the following line: "Yet today my love has flown away. I am without my love. Now laughing friends deride, tears I cannot hide. So I smile and say, when the lovely flame dies, smoke gets in your eyes." Rest in peace, Mommy, rest, as I wish you greet her rest in eternal peace.